Good morning. Sun is up, sky is clear. Why not do a day ride to some of the most important towns of the northeast of the country? Leaving early around 8 a.m., made my way through the trucks and other vehicles to the town of Suceava, a Moldavian city with, like all the others, a ton of history. Even though it's cold, beautiful green fields, flock of sheep and the mostly good roads make me smile. On my way to what I hope to be a full day of riding with 3 major stops. First one is the Princely Castle, or how I like to call it, the Throne Ship Fort. What is left of it anyway.
Good morning, beautiful people. I won't make you guess where we are right now, but I hope it's going to be beautiful because I rode through the very cold morning, 1 hour up to here, and I want to show it to you. It's Suceava. It's a fort, a citadel, a castle in ruins. Let's see what they have to show for us. Let's go.
I'm excited. These places I visited when I was in high school, and I don't remember entering into it, but yeah, I'm curious if they renovated. I'm curious if there's something new around here. Let's see. Just my luck catching all these forts in a renovation. There's a bridge here you have to pass to enter the citadel, but the view from the bridge is amazing. I can't wait to see what's going to be finalized here when everything is done. I'm very curious. Ooh. Here we go. That's more like it. This is nice. Look at my boots though. Damn, the drip. Check out the drip. Alright, this is fun. Hey. The medieval princely castle of Suceava is a fortified castle in the mid-sized town of Suceava the county seat town of Suceava County, situated in the historical regions of Bukovina in Moldavia, northeastern Romania. The castle served as the royal seat fortress for the princes of Moldavia during the late Middle Ages. Nowadays, it is a tourist attraction of Suceava. It has been further renovated through a regio program based on European Union funds. The castle was built during the late 14th century during the regime of Petru Mușat. It was subsequently more fortified in the time of Alexander I and Stephen the Great. During the late Middle Ages, it was part of a system of medieval strongholds built by the Moldavian monarchs in order to withstand the expansionist threat of the Ottoman Empire. For the time during which the town of Suceava served as the capital of Moldavia, namely between 1388 and 1565, the castle also served as the princely residence. Alexandru Lăpușneanu subsequently moved the capital to Iași in 1565, and so the castle lost its status and consequently fell into a long period of decay. Although it has never been captured by its invaders, regardless from where they stemmed, the castle got destroyed. Following its destruction, it was abandoned for approximately 300 years. After the northern highlights of the former medieval Principality of Moldavia were annexed by the Habsburg monarchy following a treaty during the late 18th century and became henceforth known as Bukovina, the castle was eventually repaired by Austrian architect Karl Adolf Romstorfer, who raised its defensive walls from ruin and also worked on its keep during the late 19th century and early 20th century. During the late 20th century, more specifically throughout the 1960s, there have also been a series of restorations and consolidation work carried out on the surface of the castle. The heraldic symbols on display in the castle pertain to the Moldavian nobility of the late Middle Ages, more specifically to the Moldavian rulers. The most commonly heralded is the coat of arms of Stephen III the Great, who was also given the title Atleta Christi by Pope Sixtus IV for defending Europe against the Ottoman Turks at the Battle of Vaslui in 1475. The castle disposes of entertaining digital facilities that enable a real-time simulation of the outfits of its visitors into medieval costumes, ascribing them a medieval title in the process. The castle can be visited both in the inner courtyard, in the main keep, in the cellars, in the throne room, and on the surrounding defensive walls. The medieval seat fortress of Suceava is located on the eastern ridge of the town of Suceava, overlooking the town. It was constructed on a plateau that rises 70 meters above the river meadow of Suceava. Aside from its tourist attraction and historical statuses, the medieval seat fortress of Suceava had also been the site of a yearly rock music festival entitled Bukovina Rock Castle in the recent past, a festival where both national and international rock artists and bands performed. There's a lot more details about the history of the castle, the ways of doing things back then, from sending letters, clothing, arms, politics, to the life of the rulers back then, the efforts of betrayal, the succession at the throne, and so on, displayed on the walls inside the castle for visitors to read. Quite entertaining. I would say best to visit it during the week since it's not going to be crowded. Hopefully after renovations of the outside court is done, and not on Mondays, since most of the touristical attraction around here are closed on Mondays. There is a parking lot on the outside of the castle. Don't get too close to the castle while you're in the car, or you will be told to leave the premises. The ticket to visit is only the equivalent of a couple of euros, and the best of views you can see from the fortified walls, especially on a sunny day with clear skies. A place definitely worth visiting if you're in the area. I am on one of the corners of the citadel, and probably this is the best view of the Suceava city and county, I would say. You can see pretty much almost everything around. Very fun place, and very nice to visit with your family, with your kids. I mean, the history of Romania overall, it's filled with betrayal and drama and all kind of crazy things that you would see only in movies right now. But it's very interesting, and you have stories all over the walls, and it's some even in English. It's really entertaining and really nice to see and get a glimpse of what it has been, and hopefully what is never going to be. But as history tells us, we have the capacity and the willingness, unfortunately, to repeat it. This is the Suceava troll ship citadel. It's very nice. Come visit. Okay, we are here. It's deeper into the villages than I thought, but yeah, the road here is not very good, but it's okay. I mean, I'm here, happy to be here. Check it out. Oh, so I forgot to tell you what is this actually. This is memorial house of a man known as the best poet in the country. Let's see. Right off the bat, very silent here. You can hear all the noises of the surrounding nature. Check it out. It's very nice. Cars are rare around here. Once in a while there's a car coming, but that's okay. So I hear this is a complex of multiple buildings. So there's a monument right here in the yard depicting what I believe it's the Northern Star, because this poet that lived here is also known as the Northern Star of the Romanian poetry, Luceafarul poeziei românești. Check out the monument. And that is the house. But first, I'm gonna have a sip of water because I'm thirsty riding around those hills coming here. What a nice day. If only it would have had 72 hours or something like that, so I can take time and enjoy nature more. These places are amazing. Clean air, silence, nothing like the crowded city. It's beautiful. Let's visit the house.
By 1924, Eminescu's childhood home, uninhabited for years, had fallen into ruin. In 1940, the first memorial museum was founded in Ipotest in the house rebuilt on the same site in 1934. Because it did not follow the original structure, the museum house would be demolished and a new one, rebuilt on the old foundation of the Eminovich house, would be opened in 1979. From the year 2000, the exterior and interior finish of the house and the exhibited furniture, partly original, partly made in the second half of the 19th century, have revived the era of the 30-year period when the poet's family lived in Ipotest in the house built by the tax commissioner for his permanent move to the village estate. This is, however, the introduction you can read on the site of the museum conglomerate. And when I entered the house, there was a guide that, aside from all the information given, she answered a lot of questions from my part about the places. Regardless of how pathetic it might sound in this day and age, truth to be told, I have chosen this destination due to my personal weakness for poetry. This poet is studied in high school. He had a large contribution on the social, political, and cultural life of the country back then. The immediate vibe you get entering the house is one of silence and meditation. It's obvious these places still have the potential to inspire and to make one strive for greatness. The two parents, owners of the estate, one a tax commissioner, the other daughter of a high steward, raised their 11 children the best they could, sending most of them to higher education abroad. The house still holds multiple original objects of the family, and their history and the troubles they were able to surpass is captivating.
So there used to be two houses. The boys were living in a house built on this place, a longer house with a couple of rooms, and the girls were living in the house that you just saw. Let's see the churches. This is the little family church bought by the wife, the mother of the poet. Built before 1800s. And the parents are buried here somewhere.
I found out information about the poet's brothers, about his sisters, some of them suffering from various illnesses, about the situation of the estate at the end of the 30-year period of time they lived here, about the poet's departure to Vienna at 16, and so many more things about details in their life, their status amongst other inhabitants in the village, the families that
they married into, and so on.
Well, that was the trip to Eminescu's house. Now, next destination. Let's go.
The last destination for the day before I head home is the capital of Moldavia, Iași city. I was hoping to meet some friends here for a late lunch, but I did not know ahead of time how long it is going to take me to visit Suceava and Ipotești. Therefore, I was not able to make plans ahead of time. Funny enough, I even had an out-of-gas scare on my way towards Iași, and I had to ride as economical as I could, not to get stuck on a hill somewhere in the middle of nowhere. Thankfully, I found a gas station 15 kilometers from Iași and I was able to continue my ride. I aimed for the biggest mall in town, and riders from the area advised me where to park the bike, since we do have special motorcycles parking spots now.
Well, last destination for today. Guess where? Have you seen that in my past videos? I bet you did. Yes, I am at Palace Mall. I'm gonna eat something and go back home. I'm tired.
It's interesting how these rides make you think and analyze more, especially when you have a long straight road ahead and no communication system to listen to music or podcasts. If there are two things to take from today's trip, they would be: never forget your history, to make sure you won't forget the mistakes and never repeat them, and poetry and art in general have so much more impact in our lives than we give them credit for. I'm not trying to get melancholical here, there are just thoughts in the helmet, if you will. Some of the many things you think about while riding. The ride from Iași back to Neamț County, where I started today's trip, was a smooth one. Although around some city, the map was showing multiple car crashes that made the traffic heavy at times. It turned out there were just some fender benders. The views, however, were stunning. Fields of flowers, wind turbines, and so it happened that the road was heading west at times, which made me literally ride into the sunset. Yes, it was the end of a beautiful day, and all I wanted now is to have a smooth ride reaching the end of it before the sun goes completely down. Whomever said you live more on a motorbike in moments than others in a lifetime starts to sound like he's right.